We'll start with the big news in the Premier League this week. Manchester United have announced that Erik ten Hag will be their new manager next season. I don't believe you've had any dealings with him yourself, but you know what it's like to walk into the Premier League as a new manager, having not managed at this level before. What advice would you give to him? What do you remember about what you did when you first came into Wolves, and what have you learned since then?
Look, I think it's not advice. I think it's just when you look for that job. So first is to come to the Premier League, to compete against 19 teams. They are strong with top players, top managers, and the other one is a job on Man United. So everyone wants that job. So he will start a new job with that pressure, and he knows the job he have in front of him. So I think it's not advice, but he knows everything he needs to know to transform or rebuild the Man United.
How difficult is it to go into a new club for the first time and input your philosophy almost immediately?
Look, I think it's. I can talk my example when I arrive in Benfica or I arrive here. It's a matter of to try to understand everything as soon as possible. So what we need in the beginning is it's time to understand the club, understand the people, understand the goals of the club, understand the players we have in front of us, and start to build something or for the past, or you can cut from the past and start to rebuild, to build something new. So that's the way I work. When I come to a club, I try to understand everything inside of the club, outside of the club, what the people expect for us, the ambition of the club, the expectations of the fans, and try to create the good environment between the team with the fans with the team. And I think we did this very well in this season, because we have a good environment here. We have a good connection between the team and the fans.
Up next for you in the Premier League, Burnley picked up 4 points from their last 6. Of course, everyone will talk about the Sean Dyche situation, but it seems it's unaffected the team in the last couple of games. How do you view things from the outside, and does their last 2 results suggest just how difficult this match will be?
I think, look, when you look for that team and what happened with the previous coaches, how long it was 10 years with him. So he did. I remember when I arrived here with Carlos in the Sheffield Wednesday, he was the manager of Burnley. He got promoted in the Championship. So after he relegated, he promoted again. He put the club to play in the UEFA Cup. So it's 10 years of a great job, but this is football. And look, what I saw it's the same, really. I think team with him or the Burnley with him or without him, it's every time hard team to play against. Because we remember what happened in the first game. We played well, and it was 0-0. And when you look for the game, especially what they are doing in the last games, is the same team. Solid, compact. Everyone is running for the goal, and they are running for survival, because when you are in that position and you have 5 or 6 games in front of you, you are running for survival. And I saw it, the game against what they did against Chelsea, what they did against Tottenham, what they did against us in the first game. I watched also last night game. So it's a hard place to play, because I believe Wolves don't win there since 2010. So we go there because also we have our own goals, and they are running for survival, and we are running for a place. And now it's easy for me to say that's the things I talk with the players. 6 games to go, short distance. Let's go fight for a place to put the club into play in the next year in the European football.
Burnley yet to appoint a new manager, but one of the names that's in the front running is someone you know very well, Carvalhal, of course, who was your manager at Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea. You obviously know him, you've worked with him, you understand his qualities as a manager. Do you think he, rightly so, should be looked at as someone that potentially could manage Burnley because of what he's achieved in the game?
Look, what I can say a lot of things about Carlos, because I work with him. So especially the last year. So he knows how to do it, the job. The question you asked me first, what is the first impact when we arrive at the clubs, and Carlos have that. So if you look back for the last jobs he have, what we did in Sheffield Wednesday, so we rebuilt a team that finished in 14th position, and we put them to play in the playoffs in the next 2 years. After we went to Swansea, and we changed everything so quickly that when you look back, still see a little bit of frustration why we don't put Chelsea continued in the Premier League, but it was so hard, because just 11 points in the first half of the season. After what we did, it was so good, but with just 11 points, it's hard to remain in the Premier League. He changed a little bit his in his mind to go to Portugal, to be near the family, because, as you know, he was a long time away from home. He went to Rio Ave. He put Rio Ave to play in the UEFA Cup. He did the fantastic years. I think in terms of points, it was the best season Rio Ave did. After he went to Braga, and I think they are in the best moment of his career, because what he did in these years in Braga, it's what Carlos can do in a club. So he have a good team. He went to 3 finals, I think, and Super Cup and the Cup. And in 2 years, they sell a lot of players, and they rebuild the team with a lot of young players. So I think when you look back for what Carlos did, this, especially in these 2 years in Braga, you can see there's a guy who can give us the first impact, and you can give for the clubs a different direction straight away. So he have that dynamic with him. So I didn't know it was one of the names to Burnley, but as you know, is a big reference in my career, and I wish all the best in his career.
And do you think that would be a good fit, Carlos, at Burnley?
Look, after what I said, if the club wants a guy with a vision to rebuild something, it's of course it's one good name for any team, just not Burnley.
Cheers, man. Thanks. How you doing?
Hi.
Right. How do European coaches like yourself view Burnley, who are something of an anomaly, because they play a very old-fashioned British style of football? Sean Dyche has put this into the club, with quite often a 4-4-2 formation. How do you think it's viewed?
Oh, but I think I understand your question. If you said to me when they were in the championship, with that profile of players, I can say that it was more British style. I remember to play against them, and I remember what they did in the second half of the season. They were in 3rd position, and I think they win the league. And the last games it was 1-0. Very compact, very solid. I work with players after in Sheffield Wednesday who belong to that team, and they don't know. But I think, to be fair, through the years we can see some changes. And look, when you look for the midfields, especially the game they play against us, they have the same identity. But I think with the profile of the players change a little bit, they try to sometimes long balls, because they have 2 strikers. They are not 2. If they don't sell, when they play against us with Wood, they have 5 top strikers. So it means a lot when you have these 2 guys. They link well. Wingers, they're very good. If you watch the way they score yesterday, the first goal by Connor, he was my player in Swansea. It was a good link. The winger was outside, Connor was inside. So I think it's not fair just to look for that 4-4-2, solid defending and long balls, because I think through the years we can see the level of players grow up, and you can see little difference to try to play different.
Ruben Neves has been pictured training. What's What's the situation with him and your injuries in general?
Look, as you know, Ruben's still out for this game, and Daniel also out, and Max. Max, after 2 days ago with that injury, you know, it was in the stadium, and he comes out with a little pain, and he is not be available for the next game.
Do you think Ruben could be back sooner than you thought, though?
He is working well, so for this game, no. Let's see in the beginning of the season if he can start training with us, if he can be available for the next game.
You can see the running now. What's going to be a good finish for you, do you think?
Look, the good finish, we are in the moment when looks like no one goes to start winning more times and to conquer that the places who give European football. So we go. Today is 22. The league will finish in 1 month. We have 6 games in front of us. It's 18 points. So let's go for it. But the main point is to continue to play the way we playing. If I start the week talking with the boys, looking for the table, and look, I'm very competitive. When I arrive here, I come to challenge also myself and the players, and I think we miss a big chance to fight for the 4th place in this season. You never know if in the next years we have a big opportunity like we have. And now we have 18 points in front of us to fight for a position to give us the right to play European football in Molineux.
Cheers.
You're welcome.
Daz, do you want to go next? And then Pablo, if you've got a question.
Okay, cheers. Afternoon, Bruno.
Hi.
Okay, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
You just mentioned that the players who aren't going to be available for the weekend. Pedro Neto and Nelson Semedo, now they've had an extra 2 weeks on the training ground. Do they come into contention to start the game now?
No, they are ready to play. I will not say if they start or not, but they are ready to play.
That's good. Now, you mentioned there's a big chance to miss out on 4th, do you think? Now, over the last fortnight, lots of results have gone Wolves' way. We know now it's going to be 7th place as well for Conference League.
Mm-hmm.
So are you confident now that at Burnley, the players will actually grasp the opportunity? Because it was a little bit disappointing at Newcastle, wasn't it, the performance? It was.
That's what I said in the end of Newcastle game, and look, especially what I think also it's fair. It's not an excuse, because I don't like to hear excuse, but it's fair. After January, I think it was a moment when we don't have too many players, but we did a fantastic month. But after that, we are missing some players. First was it was Wang, after Joe Moutinho, and look, and without these players, I will say, we win some important games, like we did in Man United, like we did without João against Tottenham. But I think since that period, that I think it was in the middle of February, when we are here, and remember when and we are here, we are discussing. Finally, we have a full squad. But after that, it was first Wang, after João, Ruben Neves in the moment, Pudence, now Max. So that guys. So we never play with the same 11 since that period. And look, we win some games and we lose some games, and so that's not an excuse. It's just a fact what happened since that. And the good thing is, every time we come from a bad game, like we did against Crystal Palace, we return again, and we did good games. Like I remember Crystal Palace, and after we did Watford and Everton. And I don't say Leeds because Leeds, it was a fantastic first half, and after with 10 men we lose the game. And after we come again, Aston Villa without Ruben and with João and Leander, we went to Newcastle. Leander down with COVID, so a lot of things that sometimes it's little things, and a lot of things. It's important also to remain and to for the team remain at the same level. So when I look for that, I'm happy because every time we try to find the best solutions. But when you look for the way we performed, and when you look for the 2 games we did against Arsenal, the game against West Ham, the game against Crystal Palace, and the game against Newcastle, it's 15 points that, with several things, we were not in our best level. And 15 points, that's why. And I'm just saying what happened in between February, March, and April. I don't look back for the beginning of the season. So the way we play, the way the competition are, with a lot of teams losing points, like you said, good results comes the right directions. That's why I have that feeling today. I have that feeling that we miss a big chance to me, the players, the club, to put this club to play in the Champions League. Now, 6 games in front of us, 18 points. It's about us, our character, to play what left to arrive at a position to give us to play in the European football.
You mentioned Shao there. Is there an update on where we are regarding him and Romain Sai's contract-wise? Have been talks? Are they likely to stay?
Look, what I know, it's the club wants him and the player wants to stay. After that, the only thing I can say. And I'm very happy to work with him. I'm very happy to work with him. It's like, even today I check his hand in the training. We were doing a small exercise, and it was everything for teams and the strategy of his team. He prepares everything to win. So I said to him, look, when you come even for a small exercise in the warm-up with 35 years old and you want to win this exercise, that's why I shake him his hand. I give him congratulations for that, because it's hard to find men like him.
He wants to stay.
He wants to stay.
That's good. Finally, doesn't appear to be working out too well for Adama over in Barcelona. So, is the door still open? Is the contract offer made to Adama still on the table if he were to have second thoughts, or are you just resigned to the fact that he'll leave the club somewhere this summer?
I really don't know nothing about him. The only thing I can say, in the same way, I give him a big hug in the last game he did for us. If he returns to us, I'm here to receive him in the same way, give him a big hug, and I will receive him in the same way. So that's the only thing I can say.
Best of luck Sunday.
Thank you.
Pablo, do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi Bruno.
Hi.
I just wanted to ask, sometimes, but not always, after a manager is sacked, even before they hire the new permanent manager, there is a positive reaction from the players. Do you think that is what's happening at Burnley at the moment, given their last result?
Okay. Yes, because look, it happened with me when I went to Benfica, and also when you have a big chance to work with the club. So I think the managers come from the reserve team, right? The under 33. Mm-hmm. So when you have that big chance, you go with everything. You go for motivation. You go for little things, for tactical things, to try to change a little bit, to try to change everything, and because it's your chance. It's your chance. And look, Even yesterday, I saw it, and it was curious for me, and I asked for my players, look, these guys are fighting for their lives. They see a chance they have in front of them because they won yesterday, and they see the distance for Everton is not a big difference. And if you notice, because I notice every time I'm aware of the little details, when the referee whistle for the half time, all the players and the staff run as fast they can to the dressing room, and the people was supporting them. So that's the things, they are alive. So when you go to the dressing room in halftime and you see, I was surprising, I want to see again what really happened. Everyone ran at the same time. The manager was run with him. So they are alive and they will fight for their lives on Sunday. But also us, we are fighting for, not for our lives, but for a different goals. And what can motivate better Wolves than to play against them, to win the 3 points and put the club to play European football. So we are in the same page as them, and you need to show in the game on Sunday.
What does it mean when players and staff run after half time?
They are alive. They are alive. They are motivated to do better. They were winning 2-0, right? 2-0 in that period, first half. Winning 2-0, meaning they are alive. If you watch a team, they are dead. They are walking. They are alive. They want to do more, and for sure today they want the game comes as soon as possible, the next game, because they think and they feel they have a big chance to remain in the Premier League. But like I said, one thing is that now it's about us to play, because look, my feeling is every time we come from a bad game, the team give me also a good answer. So what I want is to prepare myself and my team the best strategy to go there and win the 3 points, because it's very important for us also.
So you say that they're alive and they're going to fight until the end. So how does that affect the way you approach the game in terms of game management?
It's the same, because we are alive also for a different goals. We have our ambition. You know, we know how they play. We watch everything. We try to say to the players. We prepare, I think, the game in the best way. And look, I think it's the best for the fans and for the people who like football. When you come for this the last games, and you see teams, they are playing for goals. We are playing for European football, and they are playing for survival in the Premier League. This is the best environment you can have in the game.